Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Pink Book Lessons.
Do you remember when I said I would never talk about my personal dating life on here?
You lied.
Making a rare exception today. When I tell you, the story I'm about to tell you, I thought only happened in movies. Like, I'm still trying to process that what happened to me actually happened to me this weekend.
She describes herself as a Jamaican woman from New York. That's a Gemini and a quote,
As soon as you put in Gemini right away, we already know where this is headed.
uppity Negro. That's her own description of herself. Right off the bat, classic narcissistic framing. Like
Right.
It's so extraordinary she gotta share it. Deep down though, this is her way of saying, look at me, look at what I put up with. She's fishing for validation, from other lonely, broken women. And this one right here wants...
It's so true that it's literally just to validate from other lonely, broken women, because men don't care about these titles and things that these women seem to always spout.
Again, it's more about her ego and emotional needs being stroked publicly. Yeah, she's coming to social media to get validation from other broken feminists and misandrists.
Because she's crying because she got rejected.
Clearly unhappy with her position right now romantically in life. So we're about to dive into this woman's story about a Hinge date. It only went on for 15 minutes because she was so obnoxious and made this man so sick he couldn't even stomach her for an hour or two. He sat there with her for 15 minutes and quickly realized she wasn't worth the time or the headache.
That was probably more than most men would want to give that watch this content.
We're about to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's go ahead and get into it.
Links to her channel down below.
So I unfortunately got back on Hinge, after like a 2.5, almost 3-year hiatus from virtually all of the dating apps except for Raya here or there, but I haven't been on Hinge. I swore off Hinge, and primarily that's because at the end of the day, Hinge and all dating apps are a for-profit business.
But then you still say you were on Raya or whatever that one is.
Their incentive is to keep us on there longer, because the longer we're on
Oh, right, because that one's more for like affluent people, so you're looking for sugar daddies on that one.
there, the more we pay for it, the more frustrated we are. We keep paying for it. That's how they make their money. At the end of the day, Match Group has shareholders to appease. I work in business. I'm not stupid. Why would I put my love life to shareholder value?
Now here she goes trying to sound smart,
Right.
talking about understanding business. That's why I don't trust dating apps. Translation, she's trying to rationalize the fact that she's lonely and took her behind back over there to Hinge. And
I'm just talking S about all dating apps and then still here using dating apps.
since you admitted you're
Thinking
so
she's
smart
smarter
and
than
so aware,
dating apps.
which is laughable by the way, but she's so aware, folks, that she made a conscious decision to get on that dating app after 3 years. Why? Because 3 years later, she's in the same position she was in before.
Exactly. Alone and single.
Still looking for a man, and out of all these men she interacted with for years on dating apps, she's still single. Never found the competent, high-value man she's looking for. Classic hamster logic. Then she frames it as a principled decision, but she's really just admitting she's bored, lonely, and desperate for male attention without taking any real accountability for why she's still in this situation in the first place.
Modern women in a nutshell.
Anyway, I ended up putting my love life to shareholder value. Primary reason, my life lately has really been work, home, work, home. Something had to give. So I reluctantly went on a date this weekend, from Hinge, with a man that I knew wasn't really my type. I wasn't really attracted to him.
No, but he was rich.
I look at LinkedIn's before I look at Instagram's. All I'm gonna say is this was never really gonna work out, but YOLO. Maybe he could surprise
He's not attractive. I didn't care for him, but I'm so desperate and a broke, dusty, musty, crusty. I gave it a chance.
me, as my friends like to say. Let him surprise you.
So she admitted she was never attracted to him at all, but she went anyway. And this is why when I hear women complaining about men wasting their time, it's funny to me because they're clearly able to point that out in men, but can't see that same trait in them. She's up here talking about wasting a man's time that she's not attracted to for the chance of some, quote, surprise. Really,
Just in case.
she was looking to not only find a man to orbit her, but she was looking for a man to waste his money on her too. Now, she's gonna front like she's so rich, but what she was really looking for was a free meal and some attention, which will make her no different from the average ratchet. Bumming
Like I said, run! DMC!
around for food and acknowledgement, looking to be seen. There's no difference. And men, if you ever hear this type of framing, it's a red flag. She's not invested, and they will emotionally narrate stories
And shout outs to Pink Book Lessons for calling these things out.
like this if her ego's expectations are not met.
I went on the date. The date lasted 15 minutes. The date lasted 15 minutes because he left me in the middle of the date. So I get ready, I get dressed, I
I hear the lonely cat in the back.
go all the way to the East Village in the city to meet a man named Les. I'll probably tag him below because like what he did was actually crazy.
So you're gonna dox him.
And let's be real, her ego got wrecked. This guy was so turned off by her attitude and energy that he bounced right up on out of that restaurant after just 15 minutes. But instead of taking her L in silence, she jumped online to try and get revenge. Caught herself blasting him on social media with this embarrassing story. Totally missing the fact that now she looks like a complete fool in front of millions.
Doofus.
Not just a handful of people at that restaurant. Like, girl, you obviously don't have no friends. Why are you embarrassing yourself telling this story on social media? It's not giving what you're trying to give. It's not embarrassing him. You're making yourself look stupid right now.
It's given broke. Desperate.
And he was so nervous. It looked like he was like about to have a panic attack. He was talking really fast. It was him like shaking when he was pouring water. And
Look at this. Just her trying to, you know, shame him or make him look bad because he was nervous and shit. I'm pretty sure those things didn't even happen.
as like multiple times during the date, I was like, are you okay? Like, it's okay. It's just a date. Like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. Like talking, like literally talking like Gilmore Girls, speed of light. Anyway, the questions are very high level. Like, where are you from? What do you do? Blah, 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 blah.
That's high level questions? Where you're from and what you do? Isn't that just basic getting to know people questions?
And I already, like, I look at LinkedIn's. I already know what he did. He also lied about what he did on the date. So then he asked me where I'm from. I'm from Chicago. What do I do? Y'all don't need to know my business. Just know my bills are paid and I do very well for myself. But I didn't tell him that. I just said, oh, I work in marketing and tech. That's it.
So she's literally a broke, dusty, musty, crusty. Anybody that ever here says that they're in marketing is usually a broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
I didn't tell him what type of tech.
Especially when it's women.
I didn't tell him what company. I just said, oh, I work in marketing and tech. Very simple. Very simple. I could see on his face that he started to squirm a little bit because
He probably started to squirm because you're not even willing to tell him what you do.
just know different tax brackets. Different tax brackets.
Right, because you're in the 0 tax bracket and this man is probably in the rich tax bracket.
So it's given that she's got no real femininity to offer, obviously because she's leading with her wallet, which makes no sense. Ladies, I don't understand why y'all want to accept this. Your value to a man is not your money.
It's not.
Unless you're a sugar mama. A man will holler at a woman working at Starbucks or in
Sure.
retail somewhere, as long as he's attracted to her and she's got a decent personality. A pleasant attitude is going to get you taken off the market, not your job. Nah, your money doesn't make you high value to a man. Why? Because none of that money will benefit him. Most women, even if they have a job and money, their plan is not to share with a man. She believes her money is her money and his money is her money too. She will keep her money tucked away while claiming to be rich and expect him to use all his money instead. This is why
Like the claiming to be rich and then having everybody pay for you stuff is just so dumb.
went on a date with a man claiming she's rich, but was low-key entertaining the whole idea so he could buy her a meal. But off rip, I could tell the energy she was giving. It didn't take him long to see he
They gave broke
wanted
energy.
nothing to do with her. And quiet as it's kept is not just him, hence why she and her different tax bracket got back on Hinge after years of not finding a man, at least one worth anything that will deal with her on a serious level.
So during the date, we go to order food. He wants a Guinness. I want wine. I had not eaten all day, so I was like, I'll just keep it simple. I'll get some wings. Put in the order for food. Then he says, hey, I need to go use the bathroom. No problem. I'm thinking he's going to use the bathroom. He's going to wash his hands, whatever. 2 minutes go by. 3 minutes go by. 5 minutes go by. I'm not even thinking anything of it.
It's probably because he asked you out for drinks and then you ordered food. And he was just like, oh, I see where this is going.
Then the hostess comes, finds me at the table and says, hey, your date left. He told me to tell you he had an emergency and he left. When I say I was so gobsmacked, I didn't even know how to process it.
Yeah, you ain't know how to process that embarrassment. So your intelligent, rich self that was down there trying to bum a free meal off a man you supposedly didn't want is now on social media trying to get revenge on him by telling this humiliating story and tagging him, thinking you're embarrassing him when once again, you're further embarrassing yourself in front of millions right now.
It pretty much shows how desperate women are. And desperate you are.
Listen, for those who know, you already know what happened. He ghosted her because she radiated this level of false superiority. Her nasty, snobby, unpleasant attitude is why he left her right there in that restaurant, and that's the same reason why no other man of any significant value ever took her serious enough to actually lock in with her.
And she'll never know
why she's on TikTok looking for attention and validation from other delusional broken women. And obviously, she don't have no friends either, because as soon as she told them this story out loud, they should have told her, girl, now I'm glad you got that off or whatever, but don't repeat that to nobody else. But no, she went and shared this story with the world, thinking that she was blasting him when she was really just putting herself on blast. So think about it. Now she's taking another L. Like, what a doofus.
That was honestly the crazy experience.
Shout out to pinkbooklessons using the word doofus. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Craziest experience I've had crazier, but one of the craziest experiences that I've ever had off Hinge and in dating in general. He literally ghosted me 15 minutes into the date because I think he looked me up and down, realized he could not afford me.
No, he realized you're just miserable.
Could not intellectually keep up with me. We live two different lifestyles. Mind you, he's older than me like by a year, but like education didn't matter.
Older than me, but by a year? Like, why does it even matter if it's by a year? Why do you even bring it up?
Careers didn't match. Lifestyle didn't match. It wasn't a match.
But yet you still wanted him to pay for your dinner.
Here we go again. More of this baby bot bimbo babble. Well, girl, if he wasn't a match, why do you go on a date with him?
Exactly.
You're digging yourself in a deeper hole here. And ladies, again, you can have 20 degrees. That still doesn't make you a high-value woman to a man. A man is not judging you if you're fit to be his wife based on some piece of paper or your ability to memorize information and pass a test and a course. For the umpteenth time, your money doesn't matter. You're not giving it to him, so your money is a non-factor. Then you notice she continues to try to qualify herself as a woman of...
I mean, it only matters to the point of you being able to take care of yourself. Other than that, it doesn't matter.
Value with college education and a job? Like, please catch a clue. And she's so smart that she's confused why a man that's supposedly not her type ghosted her after only 15 minutes on
and it's not her intellectual level either. Remember, Pink Book.
Date.
But I was okay with it because I went in knowing I was going to just go to have a good time, maybe make a new friend, whatever.
What I told you. She went on a date to make a new friend, meaning she wanted to find a man to orbit her. Yeah, she went on a date to be admired, to get attention without commitment, or desire without reciprocation. She was already trying to put him in the friend zone. That's one reason. And the other reason was this woman in a different tax bracket was looking for somebody to buy her a plate of food to eat.
He got so nervous that he literally got up, left, told the hostess to tell me without saying
the things these women tell themselves about men.
Anything to his face that he had
so
an
nervous.
Emergency, and then left me with the bill. Now, did I pay the bill? No. I left because the food hadn't even come out yet. I was just like, y'all need better men because why would you ask me on a date?
So you just dined and dashed.
All the way in the city, have me commute all the way from Brooklyn just to leave when the apps are ordered and then not say anything. Now you think I should be embarrassed sharing this?
You should be.
But I'm not.
You were so broke and dusty that you couldn't even pay for the food you ordered.
This a wannabe high-value woman, y'all, but she ordered an appetizer, and instead of sitting there enjoying her night, her so-called undesirable date turned solo date, why would she not want to enjoy her solo date? They love those, right?
Right.
And even if she didn't want to stay there, why not take her appetizer to go? I'll tell you why. Because she had no intention on paying for her food anyway.
Because she's a broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
The whole goal was to get her ego stroked and get a free 3-course meal for the night that she didn't want to pay for herself.
Because I'm gonna tag him. Because that was crazy. Don't ever do that to me again. Don't do that to any girl again. Like, have you lost your mind?
Like, girls do this to men all the time, and don't ever for us to do this to girls again.
Y'all, look, she's so worked up, she's cursing now. Ma'am, why are you this angry over a man you said you weren't even interested in? He's not your type, remember? He's not on your level. So what are you really upset about?
I also forgot to add, after the hostess told me, I was about to message him because for 2 seconds I was like, okay, maybe he really did have an emergency. Looked up to Hinge because I don't exchange numbers until after a first Hinge date. He unmatched me.
This is hilarious. I can't believe this fool up here telling this story like this. Like
you couldn't even give the man your number, so you matched on him. You only set the date up through that and kept Hinge as the only means of communication.
Really? And guys, it's a red flag. Women that like to move hair out the way that's not in the way just to put it back in the same place. Trying so hard to copy Becky. Like, girl, stop.
He literally left. Unmatched me. So then I went to his Instagram. I wasn't gonna message him. I wasn't gonna do any of that things. I went to his Instagram and then I went to his business page, his agency's Instagram, and found screenshots of him talking to ChatGPT.
So now she's stalking him?
Yep.
Remember, she's stalking the page of a man that wasn't on her level, a man she wasn't interested in. But look at the level of obsession that was triggered from that rejection. She's stalking his page on social media now. You can't make this stuff up.
You can't?
He has instructions for his chatty to call him babe. And this is really the crux of the male loneliness epidemic. You guys are awful people.
Says the lonely female that can't get any attention.
Somehow this turned into all men are bad.
From any man of significant value. So she's on the dating apps looking for men that's not on her level, that she's not attracted to. So
and still willing to date them.
Lonely and bored that she's going on dates with men that's got ChatGPT calling him babe. Like, girl, you're looking more and more desperate right now. And then not only that, the man ghosted you and now you're stalking his social media page.
Right. This man is so bad according to you, but he was the one that ghosted you. Ladies.
You're not ambitious. You lack ambition. You use AI to be your emotional response girlfriend.
Look at her. She's trying so hard right now. Up here fighting with herself. Ma'am, get off this internet up here stalking a man on social media.
Get off Jay-Z's internet.
That's got no ambition, that you claim got a ChatGPT girlfriend. Do you hear how loony you sound? Why are you hunting him down to see any of this? Then being stupid enough to get on social media and repeat this whole embarrassing spill. The more and more you tell us about him, the worse you look stalking him on social media, trying to get revenge. You want us to see him as a nerd and a loser. Okay, why are you so hurt that a nerd and a loser rejected you then?
Right.
I'm just saying, you're doing a lot right now over somebody you said had no ambition, wasn't on your level, and you're describing him as a weirdo.
And you just use other corn things to get your satisfaction.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen somebody this foolish in a long time. Something is really wrong with a person who's upset they were rejected by somebody they didn't even want. That's ego injury. Yeah, that's somebody who expected admiration on demand and emotionally lost it when the script flipped. This was about losing control of the narrative. She walked in assuming she was the prize, and he would just sit there, try harder, and accept being looked down on. Then when he removed himself, her sense of superiority collapsed. And instead of self-reflection, she ran to the internet for revenge to repair her ego, which is stupid because nobody had to know about this outside the few folks in that restaurant. And that's another red flag. A healthy, confident person shrugs this off and moves on. An insecure one needs an audience, a villain, and a moral lecture to soothe.
I don't come on the internet and tell you guys about all of my crap L's and all my L's out there.
The bruised ego.
If I came out here and told you guys about my L's every day, it'd be horrible.
The irony is brutal though. In trying to embarrass him, she exposed herself, her entitlement, her need for validation, and her inability to handle rejection from somebody she already decided was beneath her. Then she's calling him.
It's funny because all she wanted him was just to use him for the free meal.
Lonely, but throughout her whole story, she just proved how lonely she is.
True.
So if he's lonely, then she's 10x lonely because he rejected her. Obviously, he's not that lonely to sit up and listen to her baby bop bimbo babble on a date. He left her after 15 minutes. So yeah, who's really lonely? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below.
Shout outs to our sister Pink Book Lessons for calling out other women and calling out their horrible behaviors and translating their horrible behaviors when they make stupid videos like this. No, I mean, we can translate it ourselves now that we've gotten a little bit better at womenese, but it's nice to have a woman translate it, especially because she's dogging that woman too. Woman on woman crime. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.